guys, I'm Hybrid Fox Kid and welcome back to the Blocks SMP. As you can see behind me, I ended up doing the second half of the road and the other dividing area between episodes because I thought they look exactly the same, they're just a duplicate of one another, so there's no real point in building it up in the next episode when I can save some time doing it in between. But the one area I didn't do is this part in here because I actually haven't shown off what it is yet or what it's going to be used for later on down the line. So while we're here, let's just quickly build this up, and this is going to be as messy as my other pathways. I'm just chucking random bits of stone here and there until it looks nice. It looks a little bit janky now, but I swear once all the blocks are down, it's going to look remotely decent. And there we go, we have the second technical pathway done in the area, and this area is now fully tied together. And this little crevice in here may look like it's kind of out of place with how it's positioned, but at the moment I'm going to be popping deep slate in here, and I know I've decorated all this lower section and I'm just covering it up with deep slate. There is a reason why, because this area here, once we have an iron farm up and running, I'm going to be putting anvils in there. So this whole strip is going to be all anvils. But I'm not doing that without an iron farm because that is so much grinding, you have no idea. So for now, deep slate is going to cut it for now. But yes, anvils will be going there after we've got a farm running. So this is essentially the entire main strip done. This whole area is done here, so I can get rid of these. Don't have shears on me at the moment, so I'm just going to have to painfully break it down with my hands. And there we go. And with this being done, I want to turn my attention over to this spot over here. We are getting a small fraction into the server at the moment, and with any start of a server, we still need to kill the Ender Dragon, as well as getting elytras. As you can see, I'm still rocking a chest piece because I have no elytra. My wings are gone. But soon we're going to be killing said dragon, as well as acquiring elytra, so my wings are coming back soon. But knowing me, I go through so many rockets in a day, I can't survive without gunpowder, so we all know the drill, gunpowder farm time. So, I've used this design before. We are using the usual gunpowder farm that I always use in every server. Instead of babbling too long about it, let's just throw us into the very, very speedy time lapse, and might as well do the building while we're at it. So, let's go into the time lapse and get this started. So here we are with the very sped up time lapse of the digging of the creeper farm. Little did I know there was a massive hole at the bottom, so I kind of fell through and then I had to patch up all the open areas. So that was fun. And then we've got our cute little exterior of the house that's going on top of the creeper farm. This time this building is built with acacia and blackstone just to spice up the area a little bit and add a little bit extra colour. I think it turned out rather nice. And with that time lapse finished, that means the second building of our area is done. It is a smaller version of this building here, marked down by 1 story, and this is probably the smallest that these buildings are gonna get. So this is the smallest one, and it's really cute. I just gotta say, it's kind of adorable. Funny thing about this building is that this area over here, the little terrace alfresco area, actually was built on a whim. This was supposed to be fully indoors, but I kind of miscalculated where my chute was gonna be for my creeper collection system, and the wall would have completely covered over it. So a complete mistake made a cute little terrace, and I'm kind of happy with it. It kind of looks really cute. So I will say that when I was originally designing this area, all the buildings were going to be identical to this one. They were all going to be identical, just varying in height and having a few little nooks and crannies out there. But after making this one, I think I'm going to change the whole plan for my base. I think I'm just going to go with it and see what works, and if it doesn't work, too bad! So yes, this is the second building, and I think it's really, really cute. The creeper farm collection system isn't really decorated as much, it just matches the aesthetics of the building and it collects the creeper drops. That's pretty much all it's used for, and just through there is the actual farm itself, completely sealed up and covered. And I've only been here for like 5 minutes, so it's doing really well. Not bad, not bad. I actually got to set up an AFK spot, but I can do all of that off camera because do we really need to see a building of an AFK area? I think not. So I was thinking with this cute little alfresco area, I'm going to try and make this area a little cafe. I don't know what to call it, probably Creeper's Cafe or something like that. Something to bring in creepers because it's got a creeper farm underneath it. What do you expect? So yeah, I'm going to see if I can tussle a creeper into here and seal him off. I've done it before. We've seen it many times, so shouldn't be too difficult. I'm pretty experienced in the mob catching. So yeah, I'm gonna slowly turn this place into a little cafe. I have no idea how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna try my best. Even after leaving Glacius, I'm still stuck with catching mobs. What'd I do? So, since this area isn't best suited for the caves and cliffs update, because I really love the lush caves, but I really wanted this area to be like industrial, so I couldn't really have much greenery. Let's make the greenery for the cafe. So let's decorate this to be like a cave from the update. So I just gotta put things everywhere and hopefully it's gonna look nice. And with the 2 little creeper areas done, let's add a spore blossom to add a little bit more to the aesthetics, to give our little particle effect around this area to make it feel really mossy actually, because aren't creepers like moss monsters or something like that? And just to make it symmetrical, chuck another one in there. I really like this. Oh, it's really pretty. Oh, I love the little particle effect. Okay, so with the 2 cells complete that are gonna hold the creeper, it's time to actually go grab the said mob that's gonna go in there. This is really starting to feel like Glacius 2.0, isn't it? I swear, this is probably the only time I'll ever be catching mobs in this run. And go. Okay, hopefully this will pop him into the first area. Yep, there he is. Okay, now hopefully if I shoot this, he's fine. Oh, I remembered I gotta get that minecart. You know what? We don't need it, honestly. And whoop, there we go. Got the track going, he should be going into his area while I'm getting attacked by yet another zombie. Okay, let's go see if our creeper actually made it into there while I was getting mauled to death by zombies. And yay, there he is! Okay, let's get him out of the minecart. Whoop! And like the other one, he can have that stuff. We don't need it. And there we go, we've got our creepers in there. And I swear this is the only time I'm going to be catching mobs in this season. I'm not going to have another zoo, don't worry. It's just Creepers Cafe that's going to be having mobs in it. And with the creeper area done, we can now move on to the rest of the decorating without risking it getting blown up while transporting creepers. So, in this middle area here, I'm going to place a bunch of countertops and stuff like that. So this is going to be the main service area of the cafe. And all over here is going to be a bunch of chairs and tables and basic dining area. So I think I'm going to skip straight to when it's all done because I don't really think you want to sit through like 5 minutes of me pondering where things should go. So let's skip through and show what it looks like after. And this is Creepers Cafe all finished. We have our standard little seating area here with yet again acacia and jungle wood. I must say acacia and jungle go really nice together. I don't know why. I just wish that jungle was like slightly more mixed in like the acacia is because like everything blends nicely with the acacia logs. But sometimes the jungle's a little bit too harsh of a color contrast, but I still think it's really nice. I like it. So yes, this is the little dining area part. I thought this was really kind of cute. I did start out with putting oak where all the jungle stuff is, but then I've come to the conclusion that oak doesn't really match with my whole building aesthetic at the moment. So I think I've officially banned the use of oak in any of my areas because jungle just looks so much better with acacia. And here is my little countertop. Again, I replaced all the oak that I was planning to put in with jungle, and I kind of like the green tinge with the jungle wood in this instance. Very rarely do I like this, but I think it actually could look kind of nice with like the green with all the moss and all that. So yes, we've got the 2 happy little creepers in both of their areas having a good time. And then just out this door is a little tiny private alfresco area for those lovely little date nights. So yeah, that is Creepers Cafe all done and finished, and I gotta say, I really like this building. I think it's really cute. I never actually planned this in the slightest at all, as I said before. This building was a complete whim. I was gonna put something different here, a different kind of building, but then I misplaced a single block and it turned into this. So what can I say? I think it's really cute. So yes, I'm going to go with more freestyle building throughout the rest of the server's lifespan because I think it's going to be a little bit more fun and it can bring out some creative things in me. I really like it, I think it's cute. The building being successfully finished on this strip, I can finally get rid of the last part of wall that's on this area. It feels really good to finally get rid of this. It's been a bit of an eyesore pretty much the entire season so far, so I'm happy to get rid of it and find a hole. And I'm finally happy to mark off this part as done. So this entire area is now fully complete. So now I can start working on that way. I can keep going further and further into the abyss. But before we do that, we need to work a little bit on the side of our base and get the base looking together and complete. So in the previous episode, I said I was going to build something at the back of my base to tie everything all together. So that this end and this end of the base. And it's a very big and chunky process. It's going to take a very long time. So instead of doing it bit by bit and having me intersect every now and then to comment something, I'm just going to throw us into the second time lapse of the day, and we're going to do it that way because it's probably the best way to do this kind of project because it's quite big. It's very, very big. Okay, let's throw us into the time lapse and we'll see where this one goes. Voiceover number 2 of this episode. I am so sorry for doing 2 time lapses, but this was probably the best solution for the build. So this project here, I thought it was going to look really, really cool when I first planned it out and plotted it all. Then I realized I actually had to build it, and then I discovered what kind of mess I've got myself into. This is going to be a very, very big base by the end of it, but I'm here for the ride and I'm down for the challenge. And this is only the outline of what this project is going to be. Okay, so with that time lapse, I pretty much only showed the scaffolding and the outline of the top of the mountain. I've had a couple of hours to sit there and build, and I think I can safely say that I am done with this part of the mountain. So all I need to do is reveal it. And around we go. There we go, that is the mountain part done. So this mountain is very, very big, as you can pretty much see. It's going to get bigger from here. I'd probably say about another 100 blocks in the sky is going to be very big. This is one of my bigger offline projects that I'm going to be constantly doing over the course of the season, and it's not going to be done until the season is pretty much finished, or until my base is finished at least. And I really like these little cracks in here. The concrete powder looks really nice. Now I decided to keep it powder because it adds a little bit more detail if you like zoom in close. But other than that, just far away, it looks like bits of gold. And I don't know if I want to keep that as gold or make that like a different kind of mineral, like for the story's sake of the area. I'm not too sure, but I really, really like the gold and the little bits of gold that are popping out. But yes, this is the entire thing that's going to be pulling my base together. And don't worry, it doesn't stop here and it opens out further. This wall is going to continue on as more buildings pop up. So I'll have one more building, build a bit more of the wall, have one more building, build a bit more of the wall. But at the moment, it's kind of like a western scenery kind of thing because there is nothing going on in the back of these. These are 1 block thick, and I'm not showing you the back because it ruins the immersion. And as you can see, my starter base has kind of been left behind the mountain. As I said before, I need to move him forward, so probably between episodes I'll get him and my entire storage room all moved over here. So he's actually in my town and not on the outskirts. But with the mountain done, I think that's where I'm going to leave my base here for today. I've got one more project that I've got planned for today, and that involves going back to the nether. I'm going to go to spawn and set up a little service that could be handy for everyone else on the server. And it could increase my collection just a little bit as well. So, with the spawn island, I mainly want to keep this water intact as much as I can. So I want to populate all of this area with smaller houses and then go out through a bridge on the outer area of the oasis. So I want to try and preserve this land as much as I can, but I think where I'm going to have my actual building is going to be this section right here. I don't plan for a massive build. I think I'm going to try and copy the style of the sandstone villages that are over there. So yeah, I'm going to try and copy their style and see how it turns out. And this shop here is the Blocks SMP's very first shop or service. So we've got a cute little desert hut here. I mixed a bunch of sandstone with like normal stone and birchwood. I actually really like this mix of colors. It looks really, really nice. And then I had to plonk in my acacia here and there because I gotta say I'm really liking acacia this season. Can you tell? You can probably tell. But let's just go into the store and see what it has to offer. So we have a cute little tiny storefront here. It's not actually selling any physical items, it's more of a pre-order service and stuff like that. So we've got a lectern here, pretty much instructing people what to do, so let's quickly read it. Welcome to Hybrid's Books. If you are in need of books, just leave your order here and Hybrid will bring them to your house. This is a free service, but if you're feeling generous, old tools are desired. Place donations in chest. And then we've just got the order name and the books that they want, so that people can fill them out. And we've got a couple pages worth of that, and then books will take a day to arrive at your door. And that's pretty much what my service entails. So it's just me helping out my server mates if they need any books, because villagers pretty much make everything easy and I've got a whole setup, so there's no point in me having them if I'm not going to utilize them to help the server. And then this is my little donation chest where people can place their old tools and items. that I would gladly like because I still need to get onto that collection. I've still only got one item in there and it needs to get bigger. But yes, that is the very first shop in the area, and I gotta say, he's really, really cute. He kind of looks like a stupid little face. But yes, with the shop done and the mountain started, I am going to leave this episode here. It has been a very, very, very long episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, leave a like on the video, and maybe subscribe if you want to stick around. All good, I'll see you guys next time. See ya!